Welcome to Her Big Girls. I'm Mom Taku.
And I'm Luna, and welcome to our reaction to Choujin X Chapter 23. Oh, what will happen? What will happen?
I don't know. Now, do you have any information about this chapter? Have you looked at a page count or anything?
I've looked at the title, and
Okay.
that's all the information I have.
That's what I have too, only because I have it open in front of me. What is the title? QEF?
Yes.
I wonder what that means.
Okay, so I actually looked this up yesterday when I saw the title.
Okay.
So it's quod erat faciendum, as in that which has been done. It's only used in like Euclidean geometric equations, so it's not used outside of that context. So I'm guessing it has to do something with geometry, but we'll find out. I have no idea.
Okay. So interesting. So when we last left off, it was the battle between Tokio and Azuma. And I think last podcast used the word, oh, I was wrong at least 6 times because I thought Azuma was out of his head. I thought he was in like a chaotic mode. I thought, that his relationship with Tokyo was sound. And it's clear that I know. It's clear that there are some issues there. And we had that amazing flashback of the arm wrestling scene
Mm.
where clearly Azuma was afraid that Tokyo would overpower him. And all of that is coming back in this battle. So when we left it off, Tokyo, I think, was finally done trying to talk no jutsu with him and was ready to fight. So
Yes.
I don't know. My brain just hurt after last chapter. It was just like, so much. I didn't really have many theories. I mean, I figured the battle would continue. It would be a draw. Somebody will show up to stop it. What do you think?
Yeah, we were still hoping on the Yamato Mori people showing up, but apparently they're understaffed or something. So
They have to get there. I mean, there's car accidents now and things being blown up and
yes.
everybody, like, somebody's going to be showing up. Lots of things
I
are going to be
mean, at
showing
this
up
point, I
soon.
expect Hoshi Sandak personally to come down and stop this
And also
madness.
the no mask guy.
Yes.
Okay, so tell me again what QEF stands for. So it's
It's a
it's
Latin
Latin.
phrase, and it's actually what Euclides used, and it's translation of his phrase. So, and it's only used in reference to what, like I said, Euclidean geometrical equations. Nothing else
Okay.
that I've seen. So, like you have QED, quod est demonstrandum, as in like this is the proof, and that is used ubiquitously, but QEF is not used at all. I've never seen it before. Let me put it like that.
Hey, me and math,
Yeah,
you know
I
better than
was looking
that's
up
why.
everything. I was like, oh, Mom Talk is going to love this. She'll be
My
right in her
history.
element.
Yeah, so I'm just going to take it's some sort of geometric theory type of,
It's kind of
or
like, from what I understood, it's like proposing like how you do things. It's not really a figure.
so it's
Yeah.
not like solving an equation
No, it's
or.
just like this is how you do things.
All right,
Yeah.
interesting. Well, shall we do it?
Yes.
All
Let's
right.
go.
Let's see what QEF chapter 23.
One big triangle. That's all I
Yeah.
have in mind now.
I don't know what this opening scene is. Is it like walls coming up out of the ground? Please don't let it be walls coming up out of the ground.
I think it just looks like a dam of some sorts, but I'm not sure.
Ah, okay, that would be water pouring out of it. All right.
So Tokyo and Azuma are still going at it, and naturally, things are not looking good for Tokyo.
I told you I was in the Discord. There's a lot of theory about Azuma's powers that he can mimic other powers,
Oh yeah,
which
yeah, I read that. I read that. Yeah.
yeah. Again, with the art style where it's like hyper realistic, except for Tokyo, which I think is really funny to look at.
Interesting angles as well in the artwork.
Apparently, Ishida had mentioned he'd hoped to get another chapter out in May, but I guess
Yes,
officially he did.
he did. Yeah, like at the very, very end. I think it
Mhm.
released 8 p.m. In Japan on the 31st. So.
Excellent. All right. So I don't know where you are, but they're just sort of like chasing each other around and flopping all over.
Yeah, I mean, that seems to be where I'm at, more or less.
Mm. Okay, dialogue. This is.
Yeah, we're at the same spot then.
Okay. Nice to know our scroll speed is the same.
The move called the Hell Wheel.
The Hell Wheel. So who is so this is the move called the Hell Wheel. Okay.
And it's being executed upon Tokyo.
Poor Tokyo. This is not going well. All right, so trying to
Tatake.
figure out even the landscape where they're going at this because it's like urban but also lots of tall structures.
Mm.
All right, fight. Prove it.
Tatake. Tatake.
Prove what? Dun dun dun.
Raise? Ah, raise.
I'm not looking down on you.
I respect you. So please stop this, Azuma. I think Azuma don't give no ish.
Mm-mm. His power is really cool, like the knife that came out of the handcuffs
Yeah,
and is like slicing off. I guess it's slicing into Azuma's talon.
Tokyo's, you mean?
At Tokyo's, yeah. Yeah, he sliced his all the way down the arm.
Ugh.
Raise. Okay. Oh, I was about to say, what is raise? Because raise is a term that's very specific in this manga, but lo and behold,
Yeah.
there's the definition.
A phenomenon that fuses destruction and creation, resulting in revival. Okay, still makes zero sense how it's explained, except it's a sort of revival of his powers.
Right. Of the
And I'm
Choujins.
guessing it's, well, they all have regenerative powers, right? So, and I
Hmm.
guess this is like an accelerated form when you're like completely down and out.
Well,
Oh,
didn't they also talk about it with Shiazawa? No, who was the guy, the baseball guy? I forget his name. But, like he
Shiozaki?
could know Shiozaki, something about he was past being raised. I mean, it's almost, I
Yeah.
guess it just is a general term for bringing them back from a state, whether it's chaos or whatever, into something more reasonable, maybe.
For Choujin, it is a fundamental power.
Okay.
Use of their abilities breaks down their bodies. They overcome their humanity to the point of harm. That is what makes them Choujin.
They overcome their humanity to the point of harm. Hmm.
Their pseudo deaths harm their own humanity.
Ooh,
So,
that's new information.
so every time Tokyo raises himself, he loses a part of himself.
The more often they confront death, the more Trojan like they become and the less
The less
human.
human. Yeah, okay.
Okay. However,
However, through repeated maiming and revival, Tokyo has long since reached his limit.
geez, this picture. Oh my
Oof.
God. What is he trying to say here? I'm just really afraid like I'm going to flip the next page and it's going to be over.
Yeah.
Like we're not going to
Yeah,
have
that's what I'm like. I'm like, no, we're too close to the end. I don't want to keep reading.
and then we're going to be stuck with like, okay,
Oh, Tokyo's long since. Well, do you want a Tokyo on the Barbie?
apparently.
We're gonna grill a skew Tokyo, a little burp. I've won. Okay, Azuma, you've won. You,
Congratulations.
you dipshit.
Mm-mm.
Oh, what's happening?
I think Tokyo is getting
I see a lot of black feathers. Dun dun da da dun da da da. Sephiroth.
Wow. He came to understand. Ooh, Tokyo landed one heck of a punch.
Oh, wait, what did he turn into?
I'm, I, mm,
Oh, it was not defeat, but the fear of losing to which he first succumbed. And he's back. We see him. He's no longer cloaked.
mm-hmm.
They were made differently, built different.
Okay, I got to go up and look again because I thought all of this was talking about Tokyo, but are we talking about Azuma?
I think they're talking about both. At least the fear of losing to which he first succumbed. That's about Azuma, at least.
Okay, the more often they confront death, the more Choujin-like they become and the less human. Through a repeated revival and maiming, Tokyo has long since reached his limit.
Yeah. So that was
So
about
then we
Tokyo.
get to,
Yeah.
right, and
Yeah.
so he came to understand being Azuma. It was not defeat, but the fear of losing, to which he first succumbed.
Yes.
So, to which he succumbed becoming a Choujin?
Mm,
They were made differently. I'm going to stop scrolling here and I'm going to be really mad.
just keep scrolling because Tokyo has some new weapons. Like he has some
I'm
sights.
seeing this.
Where did he pull those sights from? And why are they all
Ah,
black and like flat looking? They look like shadows. And yeah, Azuma's getting some slicing and dicing.
mm.
Some very deserved slicing and dicing, but we'll see.
And he's in the water?
Splush.
I should still be able to move. I'm supposed to be good at swimming. Yeah, I would think. I was just wondering why, surely this kid can swim. Why do I feel so heavy?
Blup, blup.
Oh, damn it. Okay, back to the cute little flashback. Look at them with their little backpacks.
Aw,
If nothing had happened, things would never change.
things never would have changed. I would have always been your hero.
What the heck? So Tokyo,
We've got our own Moses Brown here.
apparently, okay. As the fledgling vulture floundered through the air, the boy realized that he was no longer the vulture's personal hero. Well, no duh. I mean, he tried to kill him. Of course he's not his hero
Yeah.
anymore. Hmm.
But Azuma still picked him up and saved him, basically, even though Azuma split the water for him to do that. Or if it even was Azuma doing that.
Interesting.
So you're gonna have this like superiority complex where you want to be better than everyone, but especially Tokyo, and and Tokyo looks up to you, and then you go and do this, and then you're gonna be a sad little crybaby, like, oh no, no, I'm no longer your personal hero. Oh my
There's
god.
a lot here. There's like a lot here.
I'm losing more and more sympathy for this character.
Oh, he's still my boy. He's still my boy.
Really?
No, I mean,
Nah.
he's like,
In
he's a
the
fetus. Give him,
bin. In
he's a
the
baby.
bin with him.
He's a baby. He's learning. He's learning. They're allowed to make mistakes. Clearly, he has learned a lesson.
Yeah, that he got his ass kicked.
Uh-huh.
Deservedly so, but I don't know.
I don't understand this talk about how Tokyo is like the more often they confront the death, the more Trojan they become, the less human.
Mhm.
Tokyo has long since reached his limit. I mean, are they talking
Yeah.
about physically becoming less human?
Well, when I first read it, I thought, mentally, but then I saw his new form and I was like, maybe just physically?
Maybe so.
I don't know. There's still, a lot of new questions arising with
Mm,
each new chapter. And everything is like subscribe yeah, ev- like he puts everything so cryptically that you're like, I don't know what you're
yeah,
trying to say here. And I don't know if that's intentional or just
it's probably intentional.
Yeah.
I do wonder though if this is the whole why like mother looks the way that they do.
Mhm.
Maybe this will play back into it in the beginning when Tokyo couldn't figure out how to get his human form back. I mean, maybe it's just that physically they become less and less human until they're no longer recognizable as human. Although we haven't seen that with anybody at Yamato Mori. They all
Mm.
still look very human.
True.
Although, as we've seen, they clearly do nothing. I mean, you know, I'm kidding.
Oh.
I mean, they don't seem out there on the front lines getting too dirty. Huh. I don't know what to think about this one.
Me neither. But hey, Tokyo came out stronger.
He
Like I
did?
said, previous chapters, like he has room to grow. He has a lot of potential. He started at rock bottom and he's growing and becoming stronger. And I'm guessing that's why Mother wants to have him.
I don't know. I mean, there's so many. I mean, at this point, I feel like coming up with any theories is just throwing darts and hoping that one
Yes.
sticks.
Mm, fair.
I still like the theory that they're after Azuma and not Tokyo, but maybe I'm
Mm,
wrong on that too. So my win lost streak is not very good right now.
no. Although
All
I'm
right.
enjoying that.
I bet. All right, let's hope people on the subreddit had more time to think about this and more comprehension. Ooh, I want to look at the poll and see what people think bad to excellent.
Oh, I have to be logged in to vote. Damn it.
Okay, I'll vote for both of us. Let's decide on this it's a Likert scale from bad to excellent.
Yeah.
I'm like I liked it, but I'm not satisfied.
Yeah, that's I'm like in between average or good.
All
Where
right,
are
let's
you?
go with good. I am too.
Okay.
I'm kind of like there's nothing about any of these chapters that's average, but I don't know. This one I'm going to give it a good. Okay, we're voting together. Dun dun dun. Okay. So, of the 671 people who have voted, 574 have said excellent and only 87 have said good. So, we are in the minority. But I love the enthusiasm that
Yeah,
everybody has. So,
we're back to like when we used to do the chapter polls for Attack on Titan. You could tell that most of the votes were usually for excellent if you
oh,
were, yeah.
yeah.
So,
Yeah. And this is so early
yeah,
in
but
the
these are people,
series.
who are like actively enjoying the series. So I'm not surprised that they're saying excellent.
Would you like to know how many times the thoughts of starting a poll have crossed my mind?
Oh, I'm sure they have. I'm
Yeah,
sure they
I'm
have.
fighting it. I'm fighting it. I don't need to get into that again.
Yeah. And you don't have a team at this point either, so
I don't. I just don't want to be that fan again.
Ishida keeping us on our toes. First it was tarot cards, now it's Egyptian lore. Where was the Egyptian lore? What did I miss?
Apparently, in Tokyo Ghoul, Ashita, again, I don't know this. Somebody in the comments who was in the Tokyo Ghoul community can correct me, but my understanding is that there were lots of tarot cards and people assigned things. And so, of course,
Hmm.
fans of this series who know to look for Ashita's Easter eggs.
Yeah. So that I was familiar with, but where is the Egyptian lore then coming in?
I don't know.
There's so many people loving Azuma. Is my favorite character. Well, okay, caramel snack or caramel snack, however you want to pronounce it. You found your people in Momtaku.
Uh-huh, I have found my people. I love Azuma too. I mean, Tokyo's not been a rock star. Like he's indecisive, he's weak. I mean, he you want to root for him, but he's also a very flawed character. Azuma,
Mm.
at least, he's also obviously we see a very flawed character, but I still think he has good intentions.
Oh, the weapons Tokyo used. So
Are
Kotesh?
Egyptian?
Yeah.
Hmm.
So the site, like, okay. And the vulture can be connected to Isis and Neckpets. Yeah, okay.
People are Googling.
Yeah. And speculating. Well, at least the weapons seem like a strong reference. Definitely feels like the chapter that makes Azuma sympathetic. Best bro hide. Boy. Boy, what?
Oh, I think because he's crying at the end, I people tend to get very,
Mm.
he's
He's now human and relatable, he says. And I'm like, "Oh."
unhappy. Echidna 2545. This chapter was magnificent, and the closing narration was nothing short of beautiful. I like the whole idea that raise isn't just an ability with no meaning, but it actually leads to lasting evolution and maturity, be it for good or worse. It's kind of symbolic to IRL death experiences, near death experiences, which inadvertently change people forever. Yeah, I guess so. I
Mm.
think that's every time we've seen Tokyo, though, I haven't seen any more maturity. I've just seen more indecision. But maybe next time we see him, there'll be a jump in his.
Well, I don't. I think it's weird that they say there's a jump in maturity because it says you lose some of your humanity. I don't know if that automatically translated in becoming more mature.
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to know, too. I mean, I wonder, again, we're at such a disadvantage not having fandom translators who speak
Mm,
Japanese and can give us here's what this really means, or this is what
yeah.
I would have used. Here's
Or
15 words.
here's 15 other ways it can be interpreted.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Well, based on, losing your humanity, I'm guessing, you lose, part of your conscience or your compassion, something like that is my current guess.
I like Not a Phases comment because this is where this kind of aligns with my thinking. They write, it seems we were meant to sympathize with Azuma this chapter. He clearly loves his friend. He just suffers from needing to be the best at everything. I'm excited for his character development. He reminds me a bit of Yuri from Tokyo Ghoul RE. Azuma was once again referred to as the boy in this chapter. So if Azuma is the boy, then that
Mm.
makes Tokyo the beast. A lot of people have speculated Azuma being some type of villain down the road. But what if it goes the other way? Tokyo seems to always be drawn with a slight edge to him. I think back to the opening illustration of the first cover. There seems to be an intentional darkness that surrounds him. And right now, that's really unclear. Excited to see where the story goes. Yeah, I mean, it could go either way. Like we have two very immature protagonists of the story, two main characters, one
Mm.
of whom, has the heroic tendencies, one of whom has no dreams or goals. And, they both have discovered this great power. So which way do they go with it?
Yeah, I think official Gami kind of reflects that as well. And in his comment or her comment, in terms of motives, from chapter one, Tokyo in certain panels has resembled iconic Griffith Berserk panels, and so I always thought he would be the villain. And Azuma is a red herring of a villain.
Hmm. I would agree with. I mean, hey, then I wouldn't. Then 3 years from now, I can say, "See, Luna, I wasn't wrong." Eh.
Oh well, maybe I'll like him better then.
Hmm. So, and Nady, Ricardo probably raised a lot. That's why he has his octopus form. I mean, that's kind of where I was going with the raising. Like when they lose their
Yeah.
humanity, does that mean they're less they take on more of the qualities of their Choujin form and less human ones? Like maybe it's a physical transformation more so than, that they become less human. They just become physically less human.
Scars for Story says 40 pages flew by quickly. Yeah, that I can second.
I have never been a huge fan of like action intense chapters just
Mm,
because, sometimes they're hard to follow, but
yeah,
having
especially
that
Ishia's.
narration, yeah, right. But using it as a chance to add the narration on top made it very interesting. Yeah, you're right. Lots of people thinking that Azuma's gonna actually be
Mhm.
the hmm, hmm. Amen Saleh. Their dynamic and rivalry is my fave out of all protagonists and deuteragonist dynamics I've seen. It's not baseless. They're not rivals for the sake of it. Their relationship wasn't healthy and it drove them to this inevitable clash. Azuma loved the dependent Tokyo. Their relationship was held strong by Tokyo looking up to Azuma. Tokyo is still looking up to Azuma, but Azuma's fear of losing that fueled the clash. Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting I like the best friends who aren't perfect. I like that this is going this way, you know? I almost brought up Attack on Titan again. I wish Attack on Titan had more of that.
Well,
Like, we always wa I not we always wanted there to be a clash between Eren and Armin, but I always wanted there to be more of an ideological difference, and there was, it just wasn't ever. It ended up being, "Well, thanks anyway, dude," instead of, like, actually having consequences that they felt differently about things, or
mhm.
without it becoming a major point of the story,
Yeah. I also see people saying that the fear of losing can actually refer to Tokyo.
in the sense that he was gonna be killed by Azuma, or
Well, more that he never was afraid of losing, because he doesn't care about that, but the fear of losing in the sense that it means failing or failure, like not being good enough. I don't know.
are you looking at Bungalow Reddit 77's
Yes,
comment?
yes, yes.
Yeah, let me read that one too. Hold on. The full quote is Tokyo has long since reached his limit, and so he came to understand it was not defeat, but fear of losing to which he first succumbed. Which seems pretty clear to me that Tokyo's problem has never been losing. He didn't care about losing, but he fears real losing, and that is failing. He's never lived up to his full potential because he's scared of trying and his best not being enough and failing. He's been fine with shallow losses where he didn't try. Yeah, everything about Tokyo so far, the guy's just had from his posture to his comments to anytime anyone questions him, he's afraid of trying. He's afraid, he's very happy in the role that he's been in. He had absolutely no desire to change that role. And here he's having to change. So it's not just that Azuma liked being the boss, it's that Tokyo very much liked being the sidekick.
Mm, I guess so. Yeah. Well, guess there's a role reversal now.
Mm.
See how that changes their dynamic. Mato's comment made me laugh though. Now Tokyo can go hang out with his real friend Ellie. I'm seeing a lot of praise though. A lot of people are loving the manga as a whole.
Yeah, I love it
And
as a whole too. I'm just, I don't know what I want. I'm not, it was a good chapter.
the thing is, it was like mostly action packed, and then you get a little bit at the end, right? So maybe that's why we're feeling unsatisfied. Like we want more.
Yeah. Well, I think what we want is, I guess we got it, right? What we want is that balance of action
Mhm.
with character development with and we had, I assume, character development, but it was presented to us like in a narrative way. And I don't know. Have a conversation, boys. I guess they tried to have a conversation, but that didn't work well.
Hmm.
So now we need to find somebody who speaks Japanese. We need the native
Yes.
Japanese speakers.
I really hope that Choujin X will get an anime adaptation from Mappa, Wit, or another good studio. Well, if Wit does it, they're gonna give it to Mappa later on anyway, so. Do you think this will get turned into an anime eventually?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Don't you?
Yeah, but I never know like how long it will take for it to get picked up, you know?
Oh, yeah, forever. I'm
Yeah.
taking a quick peek in the Discord and it looks the same way, that a little more sympathy, or if people really enjoying the character development there, that
Mhm.
the characters are, they started out with one trope and they're possibly changing into another one. Yeah, the artwork was incredible this chapter.
Mhm. I like that he uses different styles as well, like super or like hyper realistic and then more cartoony, and then the weapons sometimes take like a different style as well compared to the
Mhm.
rest. So I like that he mixes different styles, not just, throughout the story, but also within a panel.
Yeah.
That's really interesting.
I wonder if like it's obviously he's taking photographs and doing things with them. I wonder if, or it looks very I wonder if looks very much to me like he's taking photographs and just kind of manipulating them a little bit. I wonder if that's a time-saving device for him, or I'm also wondering now, like, if he has a lot of assistants or if he is just doing this on his own.
I think he has assistants.
Yeah, he'd have to.
Yeah.
Interesting. All right. The boy realized that he was no longer the vulture's personal hero. That really was kind of a powerful. I mean, I
Mm.
can see people latching onto that as like the statement of the chapter.
Yeah.
But we know now that Azuma is back. I mean, assuming. So next chapter, what are your thoughts? I mean, it looks to me like Azuma's back in his human form.
Yes.
Tokyo is taking him somewhere.
Yamato Mori, maybe, where there's like one person on night shift.
I have no idea what is wrong with how has nobody shown up yet?
I don't know. And like Ellie and Momoma and oh, what's the knife guy's
Ricardo.
name? No, no,
Oh,
no, the
oh,
knife guy.
Simon. Simon.
Simon, yeah. Plus, indeed, the wanted Choujins.
Mm,
Like,
mm.
they're just dying.
They're all
Nobody
back at
cares.
the
They're
what
all,
was it? Hotel Nico or something? I forget. They're all
yeah,
just
some
back
like
there
some
licking.
weird warehouse next to a motel.
They're licking their
Anywho,
wounds. Ricardo's probably ordered another pizza for
pizza,
everybody since
yes.
there's absolutely nothing. Yeah, he's feeding them since there's nothing they can do.
Yeah, yeah. It's but yeah, it will be interesting to see like what part of his humanity Tokyo lost, if we'll find that
Hmm.
out next chapter. And yeah, how they will be moving forward, Tokyo and Azuma.
Is it possible Ishida will do it again where the next chapter is going to be everybody back at Yamato Mori in bed getting better and
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see Azuma and Tokyo not interact at all next chapter. Just blue balling us.
Ellie and everybody back at Yamato
Yeah.
Mori and the end of
No
this one.
explanation on what happened on the aftermath. Just
Mm-hmm. Just okay, we're back. Okay, so now that you have read the chapter, do tell, does that anything with this QEF? Like,
I don't understand it.
oh, I had hopes.
unless unless
You
unless
speak Latin and you're good at math, so you have an advantage here, my friend.
okay, well, like I said like it was a Euclidean phrase, right? And
Mm-hmm.
Euclides was from Alexandria, Egypt.
Ooh, he was Greek
So
though, right? We're talking the Greek dude.
yeah, but like
Okay,
the
okay.
Greek Empire was big back in the day, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So
Right.
okay. So I'm guessing it might have been in reference to something Egypt, maybe. I don't know. I'm a listen. I have not seen anyone explain the title at all, so I don't know. This is my best guess at this point.
All right. So
What's
there's
yours?
something.
What's your best guess?
Okay, my best guess is something something geometry, something something angles. No, I have no idea. You know me and math. We are not on good terms.
No, you're not compatible. I know that.
No. It's a cool title. That's what I think. My take is, wow, that was a really cool title.
I mean, I learned something I didn't know before, so I guess that's my takeaway from this chapter. I learned something new.
Yay.
Yay!
And you got to show off your Latin skills, which is nice.
I mean, there's Google for that anyway.
True.
Alrighty.
Okay. Until next time.
Thanks for listening. Do all the things, the like, subscribe, sharing things. Thank you so much. And we'll see you back for chapter 24. Bye.
Bye.